Akamaru's piss saved the day. That's when you know what type of episode you're dealing with Naruto Shippuden, especially in a filler episode for that matter. Wow. Like, this episode scraped the bottom of the barrel, to be honest with you, and I was just like, I couldn't believe this episode between everything, like, the pacing, like, this filler looks like it's going to last, I don't even know when. This all should have been wrapped up easily within this episode with this wannabe Bulat from Akame ga Kill and this big motherfucker that just, like, his attacks are the most stupidest, grotesque things, and it doesn't even come across as funny or anything. It's just like, it's so bad that it's bad. Like, it doesn't even like, oh man, you know, this is hilarious or anything. It is just like, really, like a burp attack, and they're all like, oh dear God, no. I'm like, what? And especially when you come from, like, you know, I come from the last Naruto the movie, and, you know, you see Hinata, you get a little bit of the depth of her, and just kind of, you get her in a really good light and everything. And then you go from that to this, and I'm, like, baffled at what they did with this episode. Honestly, it was terrible. It was really bad, and especially that it wasn't even at least wrapped up so we can say, well, we don't gotta worry about this next week. We gotta worry about this. And it's like, are they trying to do one of those, again, Naruto 80 episodes of filler before we finish things up, or what are they trying to do when the pacing is this slow? You get what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, honestly, and of course, you know, this filler hasn't been completely like, oh my gosh, but yeah, like this episode right here. And then you have Kiba, which I remember I used to fuck with Kiba a lot. I liked him, and I said this in my last review when I was talking about the preview for this episode. You see Kiba, and it's like, I was a huge fan of Kiba during the Sasuke retrieval arc, and he was just epic. But then he's just like, no, I don't need no, like, I know you mad because at the end of the day, Hinata wants Naruto, she don't want you, but you gotta accept it, bro. That's the reality. Unless you're gonna, like, start a Moon Eye plan and say, it's because you let my feelings die, you need to accept it, bro. But of course, we have the ever so elegant mouth-to-mouth scene as well with Kiba and Akamaru. I don't want to stay here talking about this episode too long because it doesn't honestly merit that much time. In all honesty, if you haven't seen this episode yet, which by now you probably did, but if you haven't, I'd recommend just skipping it. And I'll tell you the gist of it right here. The scroll that Hinata, Kiba, and Shino have has been stolen, and they're trying to get it back. And there's burp attacks, Akamaru pissing, and it's just ridiculous. Honestly, I'd give this episode maybe a 2 out of 10. It was one of those days. I don't know, Studio Period that day, they were just like, you know what? While we're doing this episode of Shippuden, let's... Yeah, oh, there's some strong shit. Yeah, Akamaru mouth to mouth with Kiba. We go with that. So yeah, that's my thoughts a bit. Let me know what you think, though. I mean, if you want to really... I think you could possibly get an extreme laugh out of it if you look at it for it just being a wacky episode. So maybe, if you haven't seen this one, go into that mind state, like, this is wacky. But even that, like, because I was already warned ahead of time that this episode was going to be one of those episodes. And even with that mindset, I was still like... But yeah, your overall thoughts of this one, but that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm Finneworld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.